Welcome back to Cliff's Corner. In this episode, Cliff shows us how to rig a Rainfly.
If you don't want to build a fire under this tarp, the last step is to simply pull out the tail line and tie it off somewhere on the tarp, probably to this main line here. That'll seal the two tarps together and give you double space. If this particular tarp is a 12-foot square and the other one over here, say, is an 8x10, you have almost 20 feet of tarp out. That's enough to put 10 people underneath comfortably. But if you want to build a fire underneath, you need to provide a way to let the smoke out. We're going to build a smoke hole that works very similar to the smoke flaps on a Native American teepee. As I tighten this up, the smoke hole begins to enlarge. I'm going to seal this off now with a power cinch trucker's hitch as before, and I'm going to put this under a fair amount of tension. Now you can see a little triangular opening underneath the fly. This is where the smoke's going to come out. Let's go check this out from the inside. If there's a light vertical rain, once you create this opening, you can build a fire right here in front of the fly. You build a small bright fire and backlog it, meaning putting some logs behind it or some rocks behind it. This creates a smoke eddy or wind eddy in which the smoke will go up like this, circle around, and go out the smoke hole. If you start to get a little smoke inside and you feel like the smoke hole isn't large enough, you do what the Native Americans did, open up the flaps. To do that, we can run a cord right around the rope like so, and we can simply pull it down to the ground and stake it, and thereby open up the flaps even more to let even more smoke through. Now be aware, this setup is only going to drain smoke if it is a vertical rain and there's no wind. If there's any wind whipping in here, it's going to mess up your smoke eddy lines. If you're not building a fire underneath and you're concerned with high winds, then there's more tuning to be done on this tarp. We can run sidelines off to here, sidelines off to there. We may want to either drop a portion of this tarp in the center to drain water, or we may want to kick it up higher with another pole. It's sort of like building Charlotte's Web. Once you understand the basic structure, adding and subtracting is just a matter of looking at the geometry, figuring out what's the best way to drain water. Selecting and rigging tarps. A waterproof tarp provides a dry place to cook and do camp chores. Let's review the rules for selecting and rigging rain tarps. Brightly colored tarps are cheery and can be used as a signal in an emergency. Two small rectangular tarps are more versatile than one large one. The more storm loops, the merrier. Bring plenty of extra cord and stakes for rigging. Learn to complete knots with a quick release loop. May the wind be at your back as you explore new places, and may you care enough to preserve the wild and wilderness for all who follow.
Thank you for watching Cliff's Corner. If you would like to see more content by Cliff, please subscribe to my channel. If you would like to purchase the Forgotten Skills video, go to Cliff's website, cliffcanoe.com, or scan this QR code to go directly to Cliff's site. I want to thank Dan Nestor for permission to use his music. Stay tuned for more episodes from Cliff as he shares his tips to help make your camping experience more enjoyable.